Welcome to another episode of Searching for McGuffin with your hosts, George,
Gabe
and Link.
That was deep.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Puberty, huh?
Hi.
finally.
Took you a while.
Dude.
What are you
Does it
looking
like
around
have-
at?
No, I'm thinking like they have more of a mustache, more than like thicker than a beard.
Are you actually looking into the monitor?
Yeah.
That makes me so self-conscious.
Why?
I don't know, because I never look at ourselves in the image.
I'm
look at
always
myself all the
looking
time.
at, because I can't see you most of the time because Gabriel's in my way, so I have to look at the monitor.
Oh,
But
interesting.
now with our new and improved
Angles, baby,
Positioning.
Positioning.
I can see you a little bit.
Positioning is always important.
I can see you a
That
little
is
bit
very
better.
important.
Yeah.
I don't have to look at the camera.
How's everybody's week?
What did we do? Oh, we're not time traveling this week, right?
No. This is we're.
This is for next week, right?
This is for tomorrow.
What does that mean? This is for next
Yeah,
week. When they're
no.
listening to it, it's this week.
This is for
The week after the premiere of the film that we're going to be discussing.
Time travel, man. I still don't get it. I didn't
that
get it in
works.
Avengers. I
That
don't
works,
get
that
it
works,
now.
That works. Okay.
I didn't get it in Back to
I
the
did
Future.
nothing. I was on break. I was on vacation. I was traveling.
Well, actually, you did quite a few things.
Oh, this past week. I mean, well, I guess that's true. I was traveling. I came back from traveling. I was exhausted, but also Jedi Survivor had come out, so I just did not leave my house until I beat the game.
Yeah, I believe we talked about it last week. You
Yeah.
had not finished it when we talked.
He had not.
You were like at
I was
towards
the,
the
I
end.
was the final.
It's towards the
I was
end,
in the
yeah.
final boss.
Yeah.
To the point, I literally, I didn't go outside. I did not touch grass for 4 days. I didn't see the sun.
I haven't touched grass in a really long time. Is that something I'm supposed to be doing?
I mean, you touch grass when you walk on it, technically, I guess.
Oh, like with your foot counts?
I
Like,
think it's been like you just go outside.
Oh,
and
I
do
always
nature
just
and stuff like
imagine that I have to kneel on the ground and like take a like fist.
It's just like when a soccer
of-
player
And
goes
sm-
onto
and
the
smell
onto
it,
the
and
pitch and
smell
he's
it.
like,
Yeah, and do that thing that like where I rub it and then I
Smell
smell it. I rub it in my hands.
And they put it in your face.
Yeah, and then I yell
And then-
out, "It's clobbering time!"
You put it in your face and you make sure, not all over
You're
the
still
face,
doing
because
it?
then that's blackface, and then you get in trouble.
Okay, but it's green.
But it's green. It's
Not 'cause
green
you-
face.
Not because you get the dust.
The
How
dirt?
much-
The dirt, yeah.
You have dust on your grass.
You get dirt, you pick up dirt.
Yeah, I think it's a thing. The Thing from Fantastic Four.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just thought you were talking about that dude.
No, it's from that punk
Is he
rock
canceled?
band. I don't think he's
That's a
canceled.
punk rock band. I don't know. Say what you did.
Who's canceled?
No one.
Um,
Not James Gunn.
Other than that, yeah. Whatever. And I guess we'll talk about it when we talk more about what we're even talking about today. Actually, can you?
We are
Announce
talking
it.
about, if you clicked on the link and you press play on this episode,
If you clicked on me,
the Guardians of the Galaxy.
is it volume 3 or just in general the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, we're just going to talk about, like, what are your thoughts on the Guardians of the Galaxy as people?
They came off as douchebags in the beginning.
Oh, are we allowed to say that?
I think we could say that.
I think so. They said it in the movie.
They said a lot of things that we
They said
were
a lot
not
of
allowed
things
to
in that
say.
movie.
Yeah.
One day.
Aren't we PG-13?
One day someone will drop
No,
it.
that's not how.
Wait, how does that work? We
podcasting-
can't drop like one.
No, we are
F-bomb?
not an like Academy rated film. You're not. Yeah, you can't drop one.
Not yet.
You
We're
can't
not
drop any.
we're a film?
No, we're not. That's why the rules don't apply. You can't. There's zero on a
So
podcast.
what-
Are we a film podcast?
Can we say
We're not having this
Can
discussion.
we say the
yet.
F word?
Is it fantastic?
No, you know which one.
Is it fun?
No.
Is
Fake.
it? Oh, that we can't say.
No.
No, we
I
can't say it.
mean
You're not supposed to say that.
coitus.
No, what?
We're not allowed to say that one?
No, then you have to click the little. Then you have to click the little box that says explicit, and
Because-
also probably be fired by your employer.
Can we have one
That's an
episode that
F-word.
does that?
What?
Can we have like one up? Does it have to be like
Yeah, one
just
episode
because
where
you
we
make
say
one
it?
explicit one?
I don't know how that affects your algorithm of the show as a whole.
Hmm.
Producer Dan, you ready?
Do the research.
You
You either have to bleep this out.
Okay. Anyways, why are we talking about this?
Oh, because we just saw the Guardians.
That's right. And they pushed the limit of language.
And honestly, as fun as Jedi Survivor was when I beat it, it was fantastic. Watching Guardians was the highlight of my week.
Yeah? Would you use the F word to describe it?
I'd use multiple words.
That start with F?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fun. Freaky. It is freaky. It's kind of a freaky
It
movie.
is a little freaky.
Yeah.
Festive.
Before we get into this movie, right? Because a lot of people out there, we've given you a few days. We've given you about a week and a half.
Yeah. If you haven't watched this movie, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, we're busy
If you
people.
haven't watched it twice, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're busy people. We've all seen it twice, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it twice.
He saw it yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
last
there
night.
you
We
go.
went
Then
on a
we've seen
date.
it twice. Then
Yeah.
we've all seen it twice, baby.
Yeah. So take the time, go watch this movie. If you're kind of burnt out on Marvel films, that's
This is-
another F word.
This is gonna bring you back.
Okay, I don't know about all of that.
I think this movie will bring people
See,
back.
that's the thing.
I give people hope.
That's the thing.
But, then what's the next Marvel movie? The Marvels?
Is it the Marvels?
That looks good.
I'm intrigued by it. You didn't finish.
Yeah, I'm not
You
really
didn't
interested.
finish the other one, Captain.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I'm not really
What is it?
interested.
Miss Marvel.
Miss
Miss
Marvel.
Marvel.
Not really interested in that movie. I watch it.
The trailer had the Beastie Boys. So
I've noticed that anytime you play the Beastie Boys, you got me. Like,
that's right.
Mm.
And you know when I started? Well, aside from
what
the
songs
actual
do they
Beastie
have?
Boys,
from
Star
Beastie,
Trek.
what's Beastie Boy song do they have?
Intergalactic.
It's not Girls?
The Bismarcky song?
No, the Beastie Boy song.
What's the
Girls, boom,
No.
boom, 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 boom. You never heard that Beastie Boy song?
I mean, apparently not.
Oh man,
Is that the one they put in the trailer?
I don't know. I didn't know.
Okay. Oh,
I'm
no.
asking
Please tell our audience why Link didn't see the trailers.
I watched the trailers. What are you talking about? You
Oh.
missed one.
So,
I had to go pee.
Link,
Yeah, that's what happened.
Link has this.
No, I had to throw away my burrito wrapper because I wasn't gonna.
So Link makes it a point, which I agree. I'm the same way. When we go to the movies, we like to watch the trailers. We like to sit. We don't like to, come in having to be rushed, having to be like,
No, no,
oh,
no.
I'm sorry, this is my seat.
Okay, go ahead.
I enjoy watching trailers.
Me too.
No, okay, that is the one thing that I do agree with you about. Excuse me, this is my seat. When there's someone in my seat, that is aggravating.
Yeah, and then the movie starts, and then now you're causing a ruckus. But I do like Link. I do enjoy watching trailers. So me and Link try to make it a point. Let's get there early.
I, on the other hand, like to just sweep in.
And
at the
that's
last
why
minute.
I say, oh, I like the trailers. So I can, the people that like to sweep in, if we're carpooling, all right, let's hurry up. I want to get there early. Because I know you might not get there early.
So for this one, we get into the film for the trailers, and I think one of the first trailers
It's
is
Oppenheimer.
Is it Oppenheimer?
No, it's Dune.
It's Dune. Exactly. That's why I laughed, because it's the first trailer. When we sit down, Link's like, okay, we made that whole thing about let's watch the trailers, and then he's like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, oh, it's Dune. This is gonna be so good, because I hadn't seen the new trailer.
Yeah.
And then Link's like, all right, I'm not gonna ruin it for myself. Gets up, walks out of the movie theater until this trailer is over, and then comes back. Did you have to use the bathroom or something?
No. So we had, I snuck in Chipotle burrito. We all did, right?
By the way, I would like to make it known that burrito fit into my back pocket.
Yeah.
It fit in the front pocket of my
I
hoodie.
was shocked that it fit in your back pocket because you're a thick boy.
I've lost some.
Thank
I've lost.
you.
some
I
of my
guess you must have
thickness.
lost some of
A
your
little
thickness, but you got to gain it back, and hopefully that burrito went too.
Let's
your
hope
butt.
so.
Let's hope so.
A burrito,
But I was impressed that it actually fit there.
Gotta do some burrito squat.
So go ahead. So yeah, I just had that burrito. Sorry, I had that burrito, and I'm like, I ate it. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be holding this the whole time because the smell of it. So I'm like, let me throw this away, and I picked up yours, right? And I threw it away because I didn't want to. There's some trailers that I don't want to watch because I don't want to spoil something for me. Dune is like, oh, I really enjoyed the first one. I don't want to know what happens at all.
I'm gonna spoil the Dune trailer for you right here.
No, please
Okay.
don't.
There's a bunch of sand.
Okay.
Batista was in it.
Okay.
Elvis was in it.
Okay. You don't have to.
There were
spoil
little
it.
women in it.
There were little women in it.
You don't have to spoil it no more. We're good.
Yeah, that's pretty much the trailer. Is that fair to say that I learned nothing in the trailer?
I mean, we read the book, so it's like. it's
Oh,
not like
that's
anything
true, I
surprise.
guess.
We already know what's coming.
It was kind of just a showcase of like who's in it.
Yeah, I think just like the new faces too,
Mm-hmm.
getting in there.
So yeah, so that's why I walked away because I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
I just thought it was fun. It was incredible timing that we get there for the trailers. The trailers start, and he just walks out.
We ate that burrito pretty quick. I gotta
Yeah,
say
the
that.
trailers
Trailers
started.
also, what did you guys think about the al pastor chicken?
Bro, that was so
Is
good.
that what it's called? El Pastor?
Al pastor, like
Al Pastor.
Yeah.
Al Pastor chicken was
It
delicious.
was delicious. Oh my goodness, I think I'm back in Chipotle moods.
Yeah, I was just saying, I was like, I think I'm going to give up meat again. And then I had that chicken. I was like, oh, I think I'm going to give up red meat again. because I want that burrito one more time.
It was good, man.
Also, it was refreshing to get a burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always get bowls.
always
And I
get
know there's
bowls.
the hack, you get the tortilla on the side.
Mhm.
But I don't
Turn it
eat like
into
that
burrito.
anymore,
I mean, I could still eat like that. Although, again, I tend to share a bowl with my wife. But also, we were in the theater.
It's it's hard to sneak in a bowl because
Yeah.
your wife, we told her to get a big purse, and she did not bring a big purse. You brought the smallest purse.
Why is that on
possible.
her?
Because that's the reason why I didn't get a bowl. It's on her. We told her bring a bowl, bring a big,
Bring a
purse.
bowl.
Bring a big purse so that we can bring a bowl. But it forced me to get a burrito, and I rarely get burritos from Chipotle.
It was nice.
and it was nice having one. Thank you.
I remember the
In fact, it was so good that this morning I got a chicken burrito, chicken hash brown burrito at
Did you get Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A. Yeah,
dude, I wanted Chick-fil-A this morning. It was my first day back at school, and I was like, man,
I did it.
I got up early enough too. I was like,
Each burrito is 700 calories.
because that's the thing. It
and
was
I got
literally-
2.
I'm sorry. That's like your whole day.
Yeah. Not eating for the rest of the day. I've only had breakfast.
It was in between going.
That's one way to intermittent fast.
It was in between going to get the breakfast at Chick-fil-A or going to the gym.
Oh, wow.
And you made the
I
better
think
option.
You made the right
Yeah.
choice. You didn't make the fist 2 burrito option.
Yeah. Also, I got a biscuit sandwich.
What? Wait, 2 burritos and a biscuit sandwich?
Yeah.
So what are you, like 2,000 calories?
Yeah.
This is
in
like
the morning.
old. That's like old Gabe type.
Yeah. That's like old Link type.
Yeah, exactly. I hadn't done that before, so I'm like,
Now, like new Link is like, oh, it's late. I get acid reflux.
yeah.
So just eat earlier.
But in my defense, I remember the burritos being smaller. So when I ordered it and I saw it was $5, I'm like, what the heck? Chipotle's expensive. I mean, Chick-fil-A's expensive now, but they actually grew. Like the
Now?
no, because they used to be smaller. They used to cost
They
less.
used to be smaller.
And they
But
used to
they-
cost less,
okay.
right? So when I saw the price without seeing the size, I'm like, wow, what the heck? Inflation. But they grew in size as well. So it's okay, this is perfect.
All right. Eventually, we got to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, what do you guys think of the Guardians as a whole, as a franchise?
I never read a single comic.
I mean, neither.
To be honest. And even when they came out, I think when the first one, I didn't know who they were. I didn't know they were. I thought it was like, I mean, I assume like they were comic book characters, but it's like, I think I mean, to me, they weren't like really well known. They weren't as
Obscure,
popular as the
yeah.
other ones. You know?
I think it was the first like big gamble that Marvel,
yeah.
a property that doesn't come with that large of an audience already
Yeah.
built in.
And I know we've talked about this before, but when the first one came out, you guys saw it opening weekend. I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw like 6 months later at my friend's house, like after
What mindset were you in that?
He was in Guam.
No, I was here. It came out like in May, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was graduating high school. Like, when I was in high school, I wasn't going to movies as much as I was before and what
High
I do
school
now.
sucks.
It came out in 2014.
Yeah, man. These movies have grown
Really,
up with us.
I thought it was a little bit earlier.
No,
But dang.
because Avengers comes out in 12. 13 was Iron Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Iron Man 3 is after Avengers because of the PTSD.
Thor 2. Thor 2 comes out 2013 as well.
My favorite movie.
Best one.
And then they have Guardians.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Timeline checks out.
Seems right.
Everybody at home playing along.
Producer Dan?
There's no voice.
Is it you there, Producer Dan? It's me, Link.
Is it you, John Wayne? Is it me?
Where's that a reference from?
The Full Metal Jacket.
Mm.
I've never understood that line. Like, it doesn't even make sense. But, anyways, I had read a little bit of Guardians, like we talked about with comic collecting with Sock on that episode about just picking up random issues in the bargain bin.
Mm-hmm.
But the concept of that, like in the 70s or 80s or wherever the issues that I pulled from was like way different. The lineup was completely different. Adam Warlock was in a lot of those books. Quasar, I don't even know what. I probably just made that up. Just a bunch of different cosmic characters and not really. Oh, actually, you know what? A lot of those
Keller and Beck.
Keller and Beck, exactly. Beller and Queck. A lot of those characters that are in that Stallone lineup. Yeah, that team.
The Ravagers.
And Yondu. Yeah. So those kind of characters were in the Guardians. But that modern lineup that we have now, way different than anything I again, it's just a faint memory. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I remember it being in space. That's it. But that served no purpose. It might as well have been a fresh franchise for me, because like Groot, Star-Lord, Gamora, I didn't know any of these characters. Yeah, Rocket. Yeah. I didn't know any of them.
Drax.
And eventually Mantis, who quickly became like a full-blown member of the team, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Guardians 1, it blew me away.
Yeah, I think it caught everyone by surprise. No one knew what they were gonna get into, right?
And what had James Gunn done before that?
Mm.
Just that Slither horror movie.
I want to say he did a superhero movie with Rainn Wilson. I'm sorry, Dwight from The Office.
Oh, I've heard that movie's good. I've never seen it. It's called Super.
Yeah, Super. But I'm not sure if that's before or after.
Is that with
I don't.
formerly Ellen Page at the time?
I believe so.
Right.
What are you guys talking about?
It's a movie called Super, but I don't know if that's James Gunn.
I don't know if that's true. Yeah.
It is James Gunn.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you never seen that?
No.
I've heard great things. Like, it has great reviews, but
Oh.
I've never seen it.
What?
What?
Wow.
What are you
I'm gonna
surprised?
read off this cast list: Rainn Wilson, Elliot Page, Liv Tyler, Kevin
Oh.
Bacon, Nathan Fillion.
Is that how it works? Do you say Elliot Page, even though it was Ellen Page at
They
that time?
amended it in Wikipedia.
Okay, that's fair.
Michael Rooker, Sean Gunn, Linda Cardellini. So he really does just work with a
He
lot
really
of
works
people.
people that
Yeah.
he likes. Yeah. I mean, most directors do that, right?
Also,
I think so.
he wrote both Scooby Doo's, so he's already
He's a legend.
a national treasure.
Isn't there like a bunch, like, doesn't Whedon write on those Scooby-Doo movies? And
That's why they're all great.
I don't think that's why they're great, or that they are great.
So yeah, he did Slither and Super.
Slither, right? That's
What else did he do?
movie.
What else did he do?
Before that, he just wrote.
People love Slither. I saw that movie. It was weird.
Why did you
Interesting.
watch
So
that
he has
movie?
like 3.
I went to go see it because Nathan Fillion was in it, but then he blows up.
Go back.
He like,
He seems to be the lead.
Nathan
And he
Fillion.
blows up.
oh, maybe it was somebody else that blew up. I don't remember.
I mean, Michael Rooker's also in it.
Maybe Michael Rooker blows up. Someone
Rick Henry.
swells up and explodes. I don't remember.
It's Star-Lord.
That's interesting.
But anyways, yeah. So he was kind of a
Interesting. How many films does he have under his belt as director? Slither,
1,
Super,
2, 3,
Guardians.
4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 6, 7 isn't out yet.
6. That's incredible. And
3 of them are Guardians.
3 of them are Guardians,
Yeah.
and they ended up giving him a whole franchise.
Well, he
right?
had 2. He had 2 movies, and then they ended up
Didn't
giving him a whole franchise.
No, not franchise. A whole. I don't know what to call DC.
Oh, you mean like the entire DC,
DC universe? Yeah, that's crazy,
That is crazy.
right?
But they've worked with him in the past. You know.
Yeah,
He
Well, I
launched
mean-
a successful film
they had
and
in the
television
show.
series.
I think Peacemaker really sold it for everyone.
Yeah.
yeah,
If there was any doubts in Suicide Squad, you know, because it kind of performed in a vacuum
yeah.
because of the pandemic, but Peacemaker was a runaway hit,
Mm.
and I think he has a vision. I guess we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But then came Guardians 2. Guardians 2. I remember you guys loved Guardians 2.
I
Oh,
love Guardians too. Yeah,
Quickly,
Yeah.
for Guardians 1, like I said, like I watched it 6 months later, and like with everyone had really like praised it and gave it. So like
Yeah, the second coming of Star Wars.
Yeah, I kind of knew.
it felt like that. Yeah,
I kind of knew what to, maybe not what to expect, but I kind of knew it was like, oh, this movie's already gonna be good, And the movie was great,
Nah, you didn't like it.
but
Was
I
it-
think it took
Tell us how
away,
you really feel.
it takes away from that novelty factor, like that first time that you watch it and being blown away.
Yeah.
Like when I watched Rogue One for the first time, and I didn't know what to expect from a Star Wars movie that isn't part of the episodes.
Right.
yeah.
And then
Like the first time Kellerman Beck appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you watch and you're like, that was like, it just floors you,
Mm-hmm.
And
Like, that's that guy from
I can
episode
imagine
2, that cameo.
I bet you didn't miss any opening weekends after that, right?
no, yeah. I think after that, because what comes after Guardians? And 14,
You're the one with the timeline in your
Yeah.
brain.
Winter Soldier.
Oh.
Why would anyone miss
Oh,
that?
no, Winter Soldier came out first, and then Guardians. Because Winter Soldier came out like in April, right?
Okay, sure.
I believe whatever
What?
you say.
April and May? 2 movies back to back?
No, I think Guardians came out in June.
That's what it meant.
Oh, okay.
It must have
So
been.
April and June. They were just
On a-
churning those movies out, huh? at
Yeah.
the time? We got a little bit more space now. But Guardians 2, you guys initially thought it was...
I enjoyed Guardians 2. I think the jokes are great in Guardians. There's more heart in Guardians 2 than in Guardians 1.
Yeah.
Because there's already a rapport with the characters, and it's more of a... I think that one of the themes is family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially not having not biological family, but family that adopts you, right?
Yeah.
And who doesn't? As someone who, who has step parents, I resonate with that. So I thought there was more love, heart in that one. The jokes are great. The music is also great. So I loved Guardians too.
I love Kurt Russell. I just love anything.
He was like my least favorite part, but I liked him. Yeah.
Ego, I think, was my least favorite part.
Yeah.
But also in hindsight, because at first I loved the movie, and then I was like, I started to see the flaws in it.
Yeah.
And then I made my peace with them and was like,
what are some flaws for you?
I think the whole Ego planet
Yeah.
plot is a little out there for general audiences. I think it's a lot. I can respect
a man sleeping with many.
No, I can respect bringing a comic plot like that into it, but I also think that like the purists are like, oh, they're kind of like muddying a couple of different concepts together in one, the Celestials and Ego and all that stuff, and then the casuals are kind of like, his dad's a planet, and what
he impregnates women,
yeah, so what now? And then like that crazy fight at the end when they start doing crazy stuff like he mentions.
Yeah.
Like it is fun, but it's like it's also bonkers.
Yeah.
So you lose a little emotional,
I personally, the
highs and the lows of the movie seem like disparate movies sometimes in your memory, not in the film. I think the film works completely, but it was just like, Guardians 2 is weird and a little off the wall. And then like 5 seconds later, you're like, oh, but the Ravager funeral.
That was pretty beautiful, right?
Exactly. And you're like, oh, that is the same movie. And it's like, there's just a lot of movie in Guardians 2.
I just really like...
Also, Baby Groot is adorable.
That's fair, yeah. I mean, he was at the end of Guardians 1.
Yeah, we see him in action.
Oh, that intro?
The intro in Guardians 2 is...
I think the obelisk?
I think they might have... That one might be the best intro.
Yeah,
and I'd love the intro for Guardians 1 with...
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord dancing to... Come and get you... I forgot the name. Boom, 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 boom. Alexa, what song is that? Boom.
Alexa,
come and get your love.
Room.
I think that is the best intro.
I do think Guardians 2 has the best intro.
Okay.
I love these.
You know what's interesting? I heard that. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Gabriel.
Okay.
It's not okay.
Can't really see his face.
That's
he's
fine.
Turning. But one thing I saw was, there you go, eye contact. Don't break. One thing I heard was that the hardest movie for James Gunn, the hardest song for James Gunn to get in the whole trilogy was that song, Mr. Blue Sky.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
And because the creator didn't want to give it, and he fought for it. He fought hard for it, and this was even harder to get than the
final
George
countdown.
George Harrison song. So,
that's a great song.
And they were saying, "Wow, like it was these songs." George Harrison's usually a hard person to get.
And
even the Beastie Boys as well. They usually give you the lyrics, but they don't give you the whole the melody. But apparently,
how does that work?
I don't know. I don't know how that stuff
That's
works.
crazy,
Yeah,
man.
Okay.
but he was saying that the Beastie Boys are a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, so they were able to. You can have the whole thing in your movie. But he was saying that Mr. Blue Sky was the hardest.
You can have the whole discography in Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, the whole song.
No, in Peter Zune, it just has the whole Beastie Boys.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It's like Jeremy's playlist from that episode.
Yeah,
that we did.
it's
It's up to like 1,000 songs. Man.
It's just all the Beastie Boys songs.
Exactly.
They made it.
So yeah, he was saying that he was writing letters to the artist like months before, trying to get it, and eventually he said yes.
Respect. That reminded me about how Final Countdown is so hard to get.
Yeah.
Because it cost $1,000. I was watching the Tetris movie and that song came out, and now the only thing I can think about is like, there's like, well, how much did they ask for?
10. I thought it was 50.
At the 50 grand? Yeah, I was like, oh, that's how much we paid for that show at school?
Yeah, our school had a show and they played that song.
They played that song and they must have paid 50 grand.
Yeah. Or maybe they didn't. We don't know.
Nah, I think they did.
That's why
definitely.
that's why
on air, we're saying this.
That's why we don't say which school George works for, because
yeah, just me. Only me.
I'm pretty sure that's out there in an episode though.
No, I think we
No.
I think we censored
You
it.
took care of it?
Yeah, we took
You
care
took
of it.
care
So
of it.
that episode doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
There's no episode 32.
We killed the producer.
Yeah,
that
it just
edited
goes 30, 30, 30, 31, 33. And then any other Guardians adjacent stuff? They had a couple of cartoons. I don't think any of us watched them.
Oh, I didn't watch that. No.
Yeah.
Them and Infinity War Endgame.
Oh, that's right.
The video game.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll get to the game now, but you're right. Infinity War and Endgame. That's kind of an important part of the mythos too, because you can't go into 2
Without
straight to 3. You kind of got to watch Infinity War
both, yeah.
and Endgame. And
I mean, they have pretty big roles.
yeah, they do. Because I was thinking like, oh, can I just watch the Guardians part? But they're like on both sides of the adventure. Like
Yeah.
the teams are split.
3 doesn't really make sense if you haven't seen Infinity War.
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk
a
about
pretty good
that.
job of explaining it.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that once we're going into spoiler territory. But
Did you know that James Gunn was not a fan of how the Russo's brothers
I heard that recently.
wrote?
Well, the Russos don't write it, right? It's still what did the Russos write?
Stephen McFeely.
Yeah, they wrote both.
I thought they wrote both.
Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he wasn't a fan of how Quill was used in.
I
Infinity
think that
War.
goes to the writing though, so I do think that's.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a jab.
So
at,
he wasn't. He wasn't.
the Russos.
He wasn't. No, you should say he wasn't a fan of how he was used.
Yeah, I heard
And
that.
then essentially, that's why we get that line in the second one, where he explains a little bit.
The second one.
In I'm sorry, in the third. Movie.
Okay. So, well, let's
No.
not go-
I'm just saying we get that line.
Oh,
there.
he addresses it.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to tell me when we get there
Okay.
because I didn't catch that, and I've
All
seen
right.
it twice.
Alexa, remind us in 30 minutes.
Okay.
It's gonna be so annoying.
But let's
people
talk
with
about that.
Alexas.
Let's talk about that. I heard that Chris Pratt, and James Gunn both said that. I think
I heard of James Gunn.
That
said
Peter's
that.
just
I've
an
never
idiot?
seen.
I heard that Chris Pratt, also that he disagreed with choices that were made in the Avengers movies.
Do we know which choices?
Because they made him seem more emotional than a little bit more logical than he is.
Him costing them the gauntlet by attacking Thanos.
Yeah, I hated him.
Yeah, I did.
I hated him for a
And
fat
because they
minute.
healed him. Yeah, they heel turned him for a second.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? There's another choice he makes.
Like when he fights
Killing him?
Thanos.
No, I forgot. There was 2 things.
Oh, killing Gamora?
Yes, not killing. James Gunn said that he wouldn't have had Peter hesitate in killing Gamora. But I feel like I disagreed with Gunn in that sense because I think
he wouldn't have had. No, I don't think that's true.
I think that. I think he doesn't hesitate. I mean, he hesitates obviously in the moment, like for dramatic purposes. But at the end of the day, he pulls the trigger, right? He's
Yeah.
willing to do it. So just to say that, I wouldn't have had him hesitate even for that moment, be like, no, come on. No.
I don't even
That
remember.
he would have just blown her brains out. Like,
I don't even remember how she dies. How does she die again?
She gets thrown off the cliff.
Yeah.
No, but what he's talking about is when Thanos has her, right?
Thanos holds her.
Oh,
And,
in
like,
the
bubbles.
collectors.
He has,
Yeah.
the, he has the
Yeah, yeah.
bubbles.
And she's like, kill me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I keep saying like, which I hear increasingly more as I listen back to these episodes.
like,
He holds the weapon
Oh,
to
I see.
her.
I remember now. Yeah.
And she's like, kill me. And he hesitates, I guess, as they have a conversation back and forth. But he eventually pulls
You know
the
what?
trigger and it turns into bubbles because
I would
Thanos-
agree he shouldn't have hesitated.
Why?
Because Quill is he's a mastermind when it comes to plans. Like he knows all this stuff.
I'm sorry.
I
Is
mean,
that real?
when it comes,
He's a mastermind.
Yeah.
Really? You
Did
guys-
you not see the third one?
We'll talk about that.
Right?
but I think he just thinks he's a mastermind.
And I believe it.
He leaves a lot of variables open and it just
Hey.
kind of works out for him. anyways.
Exactly. So that's why he's a mastermind. I believe in him.
So you think he would have just been like, boom, you're dead.
He knew what was going to happen. But maybe you're right. Maybe for the dramatic effect, like pausing to make Thanos, to trick Thanos even more, to deceive him.
At no moment during that scene do I think, oh, he's weak emotionally or he hesitates. At the end of the day, he pulls the trigger on
he
her.
still does it. Like,
Yeah.
you still have to. I mean, you're asking, like, you're being asked to kill the person that you love,
Mm-hmm.
and in any like,
If he pulls the trigger immediately, then there's no love there.
To-
Like,
to
he didn't
any-
even think about it.
to anybody. Now, the part where I don't agree with is him, like, beating the crap out of Thanos. Like,
No, and I
And
don't
toss
agree
it.
with it either. But do you think it was out of character?
I think it's out of character.
that one's a bit out of character.
You don't think he
For him
blew Ego's head off like 2 seconds
For
after
him-
he realized that he's the one who killed his mom?
Nah, because I think
He's more
I
tactical.
think what
than
they're talking about in the sense like where he's talking about like when he's supposed to shoot Gamora,
Yeah.
where he shouldn't hesitate in that. I think that's a transfer to like that instance, because for a split second he still gets the job done, or you know he still does it. He still pulls the trigger. But as far as like you know what they're doing, you know, like I don't know. I feel like his whole tantrum on Thanos like was just that was a bit out of character.
But he had a tantrum against Ego.
That's his father.
That's
though.
his father
He just met him.
that killed his
So?
mother.
And this is Gamora's fault. Okay, you're telling me it's okay to have a tantrum and blow your father's head off, but not your father-in-law? Because millions of people will disagree with you.
Did my father kill my mom?
Did your father-in-law kill your girlfriend? Like,
No, but you were going to, so
He took that from you, and then he did it himself.
They were going to do it anyways. He ruined the plan that they had. But I agree with that because I didn't like that they did that.
I mean, it was his plan, which is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's his plan. He knows what happens if they lose.
But he didn't expect Gamora to be dead. And with that being
He
said,
probably should have, to be honest.
I think that the part I don't like is the fact that they milk that scene. So where they're about to, it's like glove off fingertips, and literally everyone is telling him, no, don't do it. Calm down, Peter. Calm down. The fact that you have like 5 or 6 people telling you,
Yeah.
then it makes it stupid because like you have people talking you off the cliff and you still jump. But if he was like alone in the moment, or if it would have happened much quicker, I think it still would have been in character.
Also, Nebula's an idiot
Why?
because she's like basically saying, yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, why doesn't she?
I'm like,
Yeah.
shut your mouth, bro.
Yeah, get the glove off, and then you can explain everything to Peter, who apparently is too dumb to figure this out. Honestly,
That's one part that I'm like, bro, what do you stop? What?
I also didn't like that it made people hate Peter because I love
but
Star-Lord.
it's a story plot.
I know, yeah, but I don't want him to. I don't want a character that I love to get hate.
But characters you like make bad choices, and they
That's
make
true.
mistakes, and it's okay. You can see that
You could have given it to someone else.
who, Peter.
Nebula.
But we're in the middle of turning Nebula into a good guy, so it's counterproductive.
What was Peter's redemption?
Quill?
Yeah.
Guardians 3.
I'll take it.
No. He.
Yeah, actually no.
Isn't his redemption getting the hammer, getting the Stormbreaker?
He does that. He does.
It's him and Thor. No, aren't they together?
No, it's
Oh,
Rocket and Groot.
and Groot and Thor.
Yeah.
There is no redemption.
What happens
He
if-
just
No, he
got-
gets dusted.
he gets dusted,
but-
and then he comes back in
That's it.
Endgame and just
And we had this conversation because my wife was like, "Has Peter been back to Earth?" And I was like, "No, technically he was." She pointed out, right, in Endgame, that final battle takes place on
Yeah.
Earth.
Oh yeah, it takes place in
So
Wakanda.
he like,
no
I'm sorry,
in New York
yeah,
at
The
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 Avengers.
portal.
At the
They come out
Avengers.
from Wakanda.
Oh no, but Wakanda. They're fighting in Wakanda.
No, in
Who's not-
Infinity War, he's not there.
Who's not
Where
there?
is he?
He's on that planet with.
Well,
Tony.
no, Quill
Oh,
gets. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's in space. He's on
Yeah,
Titan.
he's in space. He's on Titan, right?
which is Titan?
Titan's where they fight Thanos. where he
Thanos'
beats
old
him.
planet.
He gets
where
dusted with
Tony
Peter.
gets stabbed. The Guardians get dusted, except Groot
It's orange.
and.
Oh,
Rocket.
okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's
and
where
Peter.
he is.
Peter gets cold.
Both Peters.
Both Peters die there.
Both Peters get dusted.
You're right.
Spoilers
My
for
bad.
Infinity War.
Man, tough day to be a Peter.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, no, he doesn't really do anything. He just comes back and sees Gamora as he's fighting, and
Basically, the ship flies through a portal, fights on Earth, and then takes off right
no, it
away.
would have been cool to see the Guardians fight together.
You know his redemption is in Love and Thunder.
That's another one.
No, his redemption, again, we'll talk about that. His arc. It's definitely his arc in Volume 3. So I don't think he's redeemed till now. Before we get into Volume 3, I'll give my last plug because I mentioned this randomly during last week's Star Wars episode, the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I think it's a must play. Like, I think it's just like Fallen. What Fallen Order is to Star Wars, I think that's what this Guardians game is to Guardians, because there was so much love from that game in this movie. Not necessarily because one informs the other, but because they both just nail the Guardians, right? That there's some natural overlap. And I'll say that there's even things in that game that it does better than Guardians 3. And we'll talk a little bit about that. now after the spoilers. So if you haven't played Guardians of the Galaxy, I think it's like free on PS Plus, and you can get it cheap on any other platform. But Guardians of the Galaxy, the game, is like the Lost movie to me. I love it. It's like up there with Arkham and Fallen Order.
Lost has a movie?
No. But that would be good. Like, they're all trapped on the island, and they don't know
let
what.
Let them die.
Okay.
Let them pass.
It's in the soul realm. How about that? Like, they don't know how to get out of the soul realm. And there's a hatch.
Is Hugo Weaving?
Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving?
It's not even...
Is
It
he
isn't
there?
even Hugo Weaving, though.
Yeah. It's Hugo Weaving didn't play the part in...
Oh, so Elrond's not there.
No, Elrond's not there.
Ugh.
It's the second guy.
He's still defending
Who might have also been in this movie, maybe.
As a face-off?
Let's talk about it right now. So, Guardians 3, we ready?
Before we continue, we got to give a warning, right? Spoiler alert.
That's right.
We're going to be talking about the movie now. If you have not watched Guardians, what are you doing with your life? Go
Stop
watch
what
it.
you're doing.
Stop what you're doing. Buy a ticket right now.
Walk out of the classroom that you are right now. Walk out of the job that you're working at. Walk out of the car that you're driving.
Walk out of the
Bedroom.
the toilet you're pooping in.
Why are you in the toilet?
I don't know. On the toilet? Whatever.
You should be on the toilet, yeah.
Whatever. Walk off the toilet you're on.
Someone's standing.
Yeah.
Don't even
Exactly.
don't even wipe.
Oh.
Just walk or just run.
Please wipe.
Incredible advice.
Okay.
It's bad
So-
for the planet.
I think that's enough of a spoiler warning, right?
I think so.
That one's for you, Lay. That's enough of a spoiler warning. We're going to talk about it in 3, 2. What do you think about Guardians 3?
Ah, so good. So good, brah.
I think it's my favorite.
Okay, wrap up the episode. That's our review.
Let's review.
Honestly, I'm looking at your shirt, and
Nathan Fillion and Han Solo.
yeah, and I'm just like, I think Peter Quill deserves to be there.
Yeah, put Peter with Solo and with Mal.
Because I mean, for those of you who don't know, I think, well, I don't know if Link's seen it, but I mean,
Guardians Volume 3.
me and George are really big fans of Firefly.
Have you,
the
Link?
old
Have you
TV
seen
show.
Firefly?
I told myself I was gonna watch it, but I haven't been able to.
It's
watch
super
it.
short.
I know. Is it still on Netflix?
I don't know. It's probably on Hulu or something. I don't know.
If it's somewhere, and if it's not, I will buy it. As soon as you tell me I want to watch it, I will immediately buy it for you. to
Buy
watch.
it.
I don't have to buy it. I'm pretty sure it's streaming somewhere.
Oh.
I'll tell you now.
No,
Anyways,
I'm only gonna watch it if we own it.
Okay.
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure we already do.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, if those of you haven't seen it or don't know what it is, I suggest you check it out. I don't know where it's at. They're going to tell us in a second. But Firefly's just been one of those shows that I grew up watching.
It is on Hulu.
That just made me love like that space western type of vibe in the
Yes.
show. And I mean, surprisingly, Nathan Fillion is in this film as well. Always good to see him in these projects. But I told you after the movie, I was like, but this feels like, Firefly. Like
Yeah.
this crew, the crew. And you were saying about this being kind of like Quill's, like finishing Quill's arc.
Because he's in a bad place at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So he's still in recovery for the choices that he made.
Which choices?
I mean,
Missing Gamora.
he's missing Gamora, which is not his fault,
Yeah.
right? But I guess he could blame himself that
Maybe
he couldn't save Gamora
Maybe he
in
feels
those
like
moments.
maybe he feels like he could have done more.
Yeah, he could have done more. Exactly. Like, he let Gamora get taken by Thanos when they were all together. That moment that we talked about where he goes to pull the trigger, So I think he sees that. Whether that's fair or not, I think he sees that as inadequacy. And his inability to gain back this new Gamora.
Exactly, the fact that he can't get her back because it's not the same Gamora that fell in love with him.
And I love that, by the way. I love that. Spoilers again. We're in deep spoiler territory. That it doesn't work out for them in the end because she's different. And I feel that that's a bold choice for a writer and a director. And I think that it honors Gamora's death. That we get to have another Gamora in this movie and tell that story, but they don't get a happily ever after together because that story finished.
There's consequences.
Yeah.
Right? And many times in movies, people, they forget about the consequences, right? Just so that we can have that happy-go-lucky ending.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a happy-go-lucky ending, but not with...
We get an ending that I think
It satisfies everyone.
is growth.
Yeah.
I think it's an ending of growth. And
And
growth
it was
isn't
happy
always-
that
And acceptance.
And it was happier than I thought. because I think going into it, we all imagined death.
I
Like
thought,
left and
I
right.
thought half of them were dying. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that what a bold move to
Not
the
cute.
entire lineup makes it.
Alive.
Yeah. If anything, we have twice as many Guardians by the end of this movie.
It's true. Jube. What a freaking great movie.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic.
I mean,
What
also
was so great?
Rocket too. Rocket's story.
To anchor the narrative around Rocket. Oh, can you win an Academy Award for voicing an anthropomorphic CGI raccoon?
Dude, Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cougar.
Bradley Cougar.
Bradley Cougar.
Bradley Cooper deserves it. Him or Vin Diesel.
He played a raccoon?
No, he plays Groot.
I don't think Vin Diesel deserves an Oscar for.
Hey, I think they both do.
I forget, like, I know Bradley Cooper is Rocket, but it's like having such like a big name, but not like actually see them.
Seen him, yeah.
It's
always interesting seeing him in premieres. I'm like, why is Bradley Cooper here? Oh, that's right.
Why Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel
Why are
hanging
Vin
out with the
Diesel? Yeah.
Guardians?
This isn't fast. Diesel, what are you doing? Are you
Go
trying to
home.
recruit new members? Oh, no, that's right. You're a Guardian.
How cool would that be?
That would be awesome.
To have a raccoon be the villain of the next Fast movie?
Yes.
All right, raccoon and a tree? Perfect.
It's Bradley Cooper, but he's dressed as a raccoon.
No, this is what you do, bro.
He's not
No,
CGI.
no, I got
He's
you.
in a raccoon suit.
You get Batista to be the villain so that you can get all the major wrestlers, acting wrestlers in the franchise.
Isn't this a WWE movie?
Yeah,
Right?
it would be if you get
Oh,
Batista.
yeah, you gotta get co-produce it, right?
Yeah.
By WWE. I'm there. And is Bradley Cooper in a raccoon suit or no? In this version?
No. It's Sean Gunn.
Oh, okay. Sean Gunn is Rocket, right?
He is.
He
Yeah,
does the motion
He
capture.
does motion capture for Rocket.
Yeah, so that's also another like underappreciated aspect of Rocket, the fact that Sean's doing the work
Mhm.
on the set.
And acting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, is he Andy Serkis?
I don't get that reference.
Because Andy Serkis does the mocap for a bunch of NX.
A bunch of what?
For just like a bunch of projects. That
Really?
he's
Oh, okay. You said Andy Serkis, and my brain understood Andy Samberg.
I thought he was gonna say Andy Milonakis.
Whoa.
No. So why would it be Andy Milonakis?
I don't know.
That'd be- so I imagine like Andy Samberg in a mocap suit, like doing Golem.
I would watch that.
I thought you were just being facetious.
No, I understood Andy Samberg.
I would watch that.
Well, what else? He's Caesar in Planet of the Apes. Andy Samberg. He's just acting like a monkey. Who else does Andy Samberg play in CGI motion capture?
Snoke.
Oh, he's
Emperor Snoke. Andy Samberg. Yeah. I think his performance would have been improved.
he's a leader battle. Girl.
He's Alita Battle Angel. I'm
Well,
sorry,
how did it
Andy
work?
Serkis was Alita Battle Angel.
Anything that's to do with animation.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's it. He's the
it's-
only guy in
yeah.
all of Hollywood.
He is Ana de Armas in Blade Runner 2040.
That wasn't CG. Okay.
Nah, he's that good.
It's weird seeing Sean Gunn. Sean Gunn showed up in The Marvelous Miss Maisel,
Yeah.
the real best show on television.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ted Lasso. And it was weird seeing him like as a normal person.
Yeah.
Although I went to see it with some family, and like the younger girls were like, "Oh, it's the guy from Gilmore Girls." Apparently, Sean Gunn has a very like extensive role throughout the series of Gilmore Girls that he was famous for even before James Gunn was
I
a
hope he
favorite
plays the
director.
love interest of the mom in Gilmore Girls,
I don't know what his role exactly is,
but I want that to be it.
but I know that he looks funny because he wears a lot of like sweaters.
Oh, of course. He's like
Oh.
the I've seen it.
Oh, because you've seen Gilmore Girls?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like the son of he
plum.
runs like one of the stores there. Yeah. I forget that he's there.
Okay, he's really young.
Yeah.
Okay,
But he still looks like Sean Gunn.
but he looks like a normal person, not like Kraglin.
He's still
Yeah,
kinda-
nah.
Because
Not
I was
Ravager.
introduced to Sean Gunn as Kraglin. I was like, this guy's ugly. Like this man is jaundiced, thin.
Nah,
his
he's-
teeth are bad.
he still
and
looks kind of weird.
he has that horrible. Okay, but he looks like.
But I think that's what they were going for. I mean, he still looks like Sean.
yeah,
Kind of looks like
he
David.
looked good in Miss
He looks like
Maisel.
David Bowie there.
He does kind of look like David. I was gonna say he looks like a British dude, but they're not British, right?
No.
No,
But he looks like a British dude.
Um,
All of a sudden, if you say he looks like a British dude, he looks better immediately. You're like, oh,
It makes the teeth make sense.
Those aren't his real teeth. Kraglin silver snaggletooth. Anyways, what other outstanding parts of this film?
No, I mean, I think going back to the Rocket thing, I had read something that, you know, James Gunn really resonated with the character of Rocket. And like that was a character that was very near and dear to his heart, so I know that he wanted to do something special for him. And I think I was reading like the episode was gonna, I mean this film was gonna, you know, although it revolves a lot around Rocket, I think I read that, you know, it was gonna be, you know, kind of just all about him, but I think he felt like he had to close Peter's.
He had to close everyone's.
Peter's arc.
Yeah.
But I think they
Did he close Peter's arc?
I think they did a great job.
He closed the Peter arc in Guardians.
Yeah,
Still,
now we have
Yeah.
new Peter. After Gamora.
it's first Peter, second Peter.
Oh, okay. Verse what?
Peter 1,
Verse
Peter
3.
2,
Oh,
Peter 3.
Peter 3.
I have a question. Is it weird that I didn't notice that Peter lost his helmet like 10 years ago?
That I asked him that
He
question.
did ask me, "Where's the helmet?" And I was
Where
like,
did he lose it?
He lost it. Apparently, Ego destroyed it at the end of Guardians.
another
like,
reason to hate Ego.
Like he breaks it?
Yeah, like when he throws him back after he gets his head blown off.
But
like,
he doesn't have it in
like,
he doesn't have it in Infinity War?
He doesn't have it in Infinity War and Endgame. And it's like, was I that high watching those movies? Not literally. I wasn't under the influence of anything, but was I just that into those movies
That you didn't realize?
that I didn't realize this man is not? Because I really missed it now in a Guardians movie. I was like, bro, why is he doing so much fighting and he doesn't even have a helmet or anything? And apparently
he jumps off a ship without a helmet.
And apparently, by the way, that was a big moment for me because Groot expands his wings and does the glider thing.
That was sick.
And I was like, that's his glider in Fortnite. So
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I was like, this whole movie's a love letter to Fortnite. It ends with a dance, like a dance party. It was great.
One thing I do like about Rocket and is his relationship with Star-Lord and how it grows, right? From the beginning of the, trilogy, right? Where they're kind of two alphas in the same group, right? In the third one, you can tell that they really don't. It seems like they don't they don't like each other, or that they get on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
But even in this movie,
because they're so alike.
Yeah. Because they're both alphas. They both want to lead, right? They're both strong in a specific area in leadership, right?
And it's almost like they're both in charge, but they don't want the responsibility. Like they want the recognition, but they're both like, I don't want to be the guy to make the decisions.
And something happens maybe in this movie and maybe it's Peter seeing Rocket vulnerable, right? Like grasping for life, that makes him be like, I love this guy. This is my best friend. I got to do this. So I love the growth between that relationship.
Yeah, no, bro. He does have it in Infinity War.
He does?
Yeah, because I remember he turns it off. His face shows when he starts talking to Thanos.
Okay, so then what happened to it then?
He left it at home.
He left it in Titan.
No. This is what happened, guys.
This
is what happened. Eagle broke it. And nobody gave the memo to the Avengers guys. The Russos and the writers and then James Gunn just like, no, I broke it. I don't.
Gunn just said, someone asked him that question, like, didn't Eagle destroy it? And he's like, it did, but then he somehow had a new one in Infinity War.
And then he left it at home.
Yeah.
And then for this one he tweeted, it's in his desk drawer nowhere.
Okay.
Because he had to get out.
So that must be.
He left it because they left in a hurry.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. That's your rationale. That's what you're saying.
No, that's what James Gunn said.
He just said that it's in a drawer in nowhere.
Yeah.
I think the real reason, based on that conversation, sounds like Gunn meant for it to be broken. It showed up in the Avengers movies, and Gunn's gonna barrel through with the idea that he broke it. You know what I mean?
It's my character. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Exactly. I'm gonna keep going. It's not a contradiction, but you're gonna have to you're gonna have to headcanon why it's here and why it's gone and why it's not, because Gunn's not going to go ahead and explain. He clearly didn't want him to have the helmet in this movie, and he's not going to go back and get rid of it again. He already went through the trouble of getting rid of it.
Yeah.
I wonder if face acting has anything to do with that or not.
I don't know.
Because you know how a lot of these heroes lose their masks.
But this movie was all about the face off.
It was about And that's what it was. He couldn't be behind the helmet because he needed to have
His face.
What was your actual
Just
question?
in case he lost, he had to, take it off.
About face acting?
About face acting, like, you know how a lot of these heroes lose their masks and helmets as more and more of their faces revealed as the movies go on. Their makeup gets simpler. Like Drax, for example. Batista said that he was not going to do it if he has to do full body makeup.
So I just put a suit on.
Again, so he finally got a full uniform that doesn't leave him shirtless.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Even though it chafes his nipples, apparently, right? That's established.
Chafes. At least it was his color.
But yeah, you'll notice they only have to do his head
and
arms sometimes. Sometimes he has a jacket that covers his arms as well too. So yeah, because it's like 9 hours or something
it's
like
ridiculous.
that.
I'll kill me. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, and that's every day. You saw that thing online, right? Where Nebula went to therapy
with the mask. Yeah,
yeah, she forgot, so she had
it's like
full
marriage
makeup.
therapy, like marriage counseling.
That's funny.
That's beautiful.
Yep, it really is. It really
Also,
is.
Nebula. I love Nebula in this movie too.
Yes, her arc too.
Her arc, everyone's arc, man.
It's probably her best acting, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she really flexed those muscles.
I love that Nebula is the Roy Kent of the group.
Yes, I thought
that grunt that they
the
do.
grunt with the two sisters.
Oi!
Which Roy can? He'll be coming
Roy-
soon.
yeah.
Maybe.
I
soon.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's
they
right.
seed stuff and we don't get it for like
Okay,
a-
yeah, that was
years,
another thing. I didn't really like how they were just like used in
Love and
Thor
Thunder.
and Love and
Oh, that
Thunder.
was the other part of their story that we didn't
I
address.
liked it.
Nah, it was too. They set something up in the Avengers movie.
That
And they
Asgardian,
waved it
the
away,
Asgardians
too.
of the Galaxy, man.
Yeah.
It was there.
I
still would like a
I
TV show
enjoyed it.
about
I
that.
thought it should have been a little bit longer, or they should have played a bigger role. But I enjoyed those few minutes we got with them two
I
together.
don't think it was enough.
I don't think it was.
I
Enough.
think they should have gotten a space adventure.
I agree with you. I loved the moments we got together. I thought it was perfect. It was a perfect blend, combination of comedy between a James Gunn written thing and a Taika Waititi.
Like how Civil War was basically an Avengers movie. That's what I wanted.
Yep,
Thor and
that's
Love.
what I wanted.
That's what I wanted to.
Well, like how Ragnarok was basically a Hulk Thor team up.
Yeah.
I wanted
Yeah.
Love and Thunder to be.
They should have done more. I agree with you, but I love that. I love.
Because there's a whole runs with Thor on the Guardians of the
Guardians.
Galaxy.
I just love that, man. It was such a good combo.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
I mean, maybe it could still happen with Thor and Star-Lord and Peter.
it felt like another thing where somebody else made a decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, we're gonna put them in the Guardians, and then Taika was like, no, we're not. Go
I'm
home.
gonna make sheep yell.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna make yelling goats.
Oh, but that's actually in Greek mythology,
But
though.
it's not in the
That
Guardians
was funny.
of the Galaxy.
but it's,
Although in the game there's a character like that.
He's a
yeah,
goat.
I don't think it's too much of a spoiler.
but it's not a guardian
It's
thing,
a
though.
llama. It's a llama that joins the crew.
This one, I thought the emotional beats and the humor were balanced very well. Because I know a
Yes.
lot of times people complain about,
Me
sometimes
specifically.
the emotional beats don't necessarily hit as hard because they're just undercut by a joke.
In MCU, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did very well. I laughed my butt off, and I almost wanted to cry so many times in this movie.
Do think that this one had the best villain in the trilogy.
So it's one of the best villains in the
Yeah,
MCU.
yeah, because I
MCU.
mean Ronan's good, but he's not great.
He's not great, yeah.
He goes like the actor's good, but the concepts, like we said,
Yeah.
a little weird. They nailed it. And I was worried because I thought High Evolutionary, that's kind of a complicated character in the comics, and he tends to be like weirdo out there. I thought it was gonna be too big and too freaky, but they grounded him very well. And I thought they did an excellent job adapting that.
I
character.
think he was fantastic. I mean, he was good in Peacemaker, but they really
The actor.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
no, not the High Evolutionary.
No. I think he's one of the best villains in the MCU.
I think so, too. Yeah.
This is the best version of Kang, I think.
I think it's the best you're gonna get, depending on whatever's gonna happen.
The beautiful part is that at least Gabriel's the one that told me this.
Listen, that guy doesn't have a face anymore.
He was
You
in
can make
John
it-
Wick
you-
Chapter 2.
You can make it work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was kind of alluding to, by the way.
That he doesn't die?
He's not dead.
No, I
We
think
don't-
he does die.
I mean, off screen, maybe.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, we're not gonna kill him, and then they left him on the ship though.
Yeah.
and then it exploded.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's
doesn't-
there's that's an easy
You could fix that. Yeah.
bro.
he
Wanda's
escaped.
not dead.
Right. If you don't see it, then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
but you're gonna have to make
And I
something.
mean, you
up
can do the
because-
Fast and Furious where you do see it and it still didn't happen.
But my question to you, was it no? He crawled out in the corner right outside
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
shot. No, but where would he have gone? How would he have escaped?
I don't know, man. Gravity.
I don't know. One of his followers. I don't know. He has his powers. I don't know.
Gravity.
They can
bro.
make up anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He picked up Star Lord's helmet, and
And I won't be mad
because he is good. He's really good.
because I think they can use him again.
Yeah, and I feel like
What if he's Red Skull?
I do think that he can. If Marvel does have a problem with Jonathan Majors, right,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to recast.
Do you think there's a headline that says major problem?
A Major's problem. Marvel has a Major's problem.
Maybe they can
Jonathan.
use this guy to replace Kang, right? Although it's really hard to
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna.
replace everything
they're
that
gonna
they announce.
They're gonna have to.
But either recast him or
He's gonna have to be recasted.
Recasted, yeah.
There's-
I heard a rumor, and it's only a rumor as of this airtime.
where'd you hear it from? Who whispered it in your ears?
I can't reveal my sources.
Oh wow,
but
that's right.
it's the internet, and
Oh, it wasn't James Gunn.
I can't.
Now that he's leaving him,
It might have been James Gunn DMing me on the internet,
Mm.
or
A
it
bot.
might have just been an AI generated article for
Okay.
clickbait. But who knows? Who can tell the
Mm.
difference nowadays? But I heard that they're gonna move forward with Jonathan Majors in Loki season 2. That they're gonna drop it as is, and they're gonna monitor the situation and kind of decide what to do the next thing that needs to be filmed.
Mm.
Because I don't know if he's in anything else that has been filmed already.
Okay, so Loki season 2 has been filmed already.
Yeah, they already seeded it at the end of.
that comes out this end of this year, right?
Yeah, they already showed us basically a scene from it as the after credits.
Yeah.
In Ant-Man, Waspomania, what's it called?
Quantumania.
Quantumania.
Oh, I kind of want to see that now.
So, and Waspomania comes out in just a few short days. Actually, by the time this episode airs,
Time travel, baby.
it is tomorrow. Yeah, so depending on when you're listening to this, it might already be out on Disney
Yeah.
Plus. So, Quantumania, you can take a look at Jonathan Majors and what might be one of his last performances
That was
as
so good too.
Kang. Yeah, as good as he was, which he was good. Just from a performance standpoint, he was great. Man, I think the High
I think
Evolutionary.
that guy was better, right?
I think he was.
The acting was better.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Kang stole Quantumania, but I guess it's easier to say you stole a movie that was actually really good
Yeah.
as opposed to like
You stole a decent movie.
yeah. If you go back to our Quantumania episode, you can see we thought it was okay. You know, other people thought it was much less than okay.
I enjoy a Paul Rudd in any movie. So
And Michelle Pfeiffer and Jonathan Majors did excellent, but High Evolutionary. on
and
another
Bill
level.
Murray.
Bill Murray was in this movie.
No, he was
Maybe
in.
they can fix that. Maybe they can fix the fact that it's just a million Jonathan Majors.
It's just funny that they set that out of everyone, this is the person that they have an issue with.
Bro.
They set up.
The guy that there's a million of.
There's a million of them.
Oh boy.
So we'll see how that goes. But we're not here to talk about the future, at least not yet. What else grabbed your attention?
The music
Music
was great.
You think it was on the same level as 1 and 2?
I think so.
I think it has to sit with me for a little bit. Because when I saw 2, I was like, this soundtrack's good,
But
but it's
with
not
you.
as good as 1.
Yeah.
And then over time, I was like, it's actually
Yeah, Mr.
better.
Blue Sky. I love Mr. Blue Sky. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the chain, man. That I don't know. That just got in that final scene. That just got in the battle.
Here's the thing about like the Volume 2 soundtrack and just Guardians in general. If I don't know the song, it takes me a while to like
Appreciate it.
absorb it,
Yeah.
right? And appreciate it fully. And if I do know the song, it's like I already know that song, so I have certain feelings and ideas attached to the song, and then over time it'll rewrite or add to that. And I'll be like you said, the chain I heard a million times before that movie. So to me, it's just a song I know in a movie I like, but now it's a song from Guardians. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Mm.
You know, with this one, I think the progression, because in the other volumes we get a lot of the classic songs, and we still get classic in this one, but I think it progresses obviously to more.
I mean,
You know-
it is still classic. Like
Like
going to the last song, it only brings us up to early 2000s. We're
Yeah.
2 decades removed from that now.
but like they're like 90 songs like with the Beastie Boys being
Mhm.
implemented and stuff like that. I think, the progression of the music as time goes older, as these characters progress, as as the story moves forward, I think, James Gunn definitely did, I think using that, kind of to follow the theme of like, moving on and growing up, that we see like in Groot as well. Groot's been growing this entire time.
Yeah.
Son of Groot.
He's a freaking tank.
That's right, Groot Jr.
Freaking hit the gym, dude.
Bro.
And not only that, as a film, it's not afraid of growing up because so much of the aesthetic of Guardians 1 was that 70s and 80s, and we don't break away too much from it in Guardians 2. But now that the Zune is introduced, it's like full speed ahead.
Yeah.
And what is the MP3 player that he has in this movie?
It's a Zoom.
It's still the Zune, right?
Yeah.
It's the same original Zune that he's carrying all the way to cover that late in the period. It's like, okay, now this moment feels modern, but that's okay because it is what it is. We've caught up to us in a weird way. Like the movie always takes place in current time, but it's almost like the movie has grown up.
You know what's interesting? One of the lines that the High Evolutionary says is that he appreciates Earth, especially the art, the music, right?
Yeah.
And you contrast that with Star-Lord, who although hasn't been to Earth often, he's from there, but he loves the music from Earth.
Yeah.
So it's like both these two characters love music, different genres, right? But it's something that they appreciate from this planet.
Well, we don't know. What do you think the High Evolutionaries playlist is?
I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, Ego too. Ego made that a big thing about the music from Earth.
I don't remember him.
Yeah,
I
like
remember he
he
shares
talks about
the song.
Brandy.
Oh yeah,
and
exactly.
he's talking about all that, and I think Earth music just got it going on.
I mean, it's true because I hear music
Yeah.
from other planets in like
Yeah,
Star Wars. and
Asgardian
Guardians.
music sucks.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
I
like-
don't want to be culturally insensitive.
Me neither,
But them
but-
other planets,
Like
music
Zebo's
is
band.
terrible.
What's his name? Zebo from Jabba's Palace.
That guy
Yeah,
sucks.
that guy. Come on, man. That's that new wave
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I'm not into that. But you know what does hit different?
Don't
is
say it. Don't
chicken
say
in a
it.
pot.
Okay.
Oh, you thought I was gonna say nub
You're
yub?
gonna say
Because
yub,
I
no.
love me some nub yub. But no, chicken in a pot from the Solo movie. That song is really good. Link is just like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, no, I've only seen the Solo movie once, and
That was in protest.
Well, okay,
once is enough.
One day.
okay. You still heard about
I'll have a
that?
whole episode about that.
Yeah. It'll just be
Our grimace,
Yeah.
our gripes against Star Wars.
Star Wars, and it'll just be you and me nonstop with episode 9, and this guy will be on Solo.
Yeah,
What do you guys think about the lineup at the end? The new Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know any of them except Adam Warlock, and I barely know Adam Warlock. And I think he was underutilized. I think he was underused.
I agree. I think there's very few things to criticize and nitpick on this movie, and I think they are nitpicks. But one pick I want to nit. Wait, no, the other way around. One nit I want to pick.
one nip you want to pick?
Nope. One nit
You
I
and
want
the
to.
nips, huh?
This is becoming like a side gimmick for Link. It's coming, the nips. Anyways, one nit I want to pick is Adam Warlock.
It's hard to introduce a character when you're closing story arcs.
Yeah.
Like, what is he supposed to? You get me? Like,
I feel like James Gunn knew I want to use Adam Warlock, and then he had to write Guardians 3.
I think it got tough too, because I know that, obviously with the pandemic, but also the issues surrounding James Gunn at the time, that he wasn't going to come back for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Probably had that. I know that he said like he had written a story and he didn't really change much, but I think in the not changing much, I definitely think Adam Warlock was definitely a bigger part of his original story before he got booted, which was another thing. Like,
I think he might not have known how much finality Volume 3 would have had before his exit from Disney. Him coming back to do Volume 3 always kind of felt like, I'm coming back just to finish it. And I think they probably weren't sure. A lot of this like closure that we get probably wasn't there in the initial drafts. Like, I mean, I don't know if there were drafts, but whatever story he was concocting before he left.
I mean, obviously, from what people say, it can be different from the truth. But from what I was reading, he said like there wasn't a lot of changes made to the original thing that he wanted to do. But to me, it really just feels like Adam Warlock had a bigger part in the story.
It feels like
they set him up in the
But
second
and
one.
at the end of it, they had
nobody made him do that.
Yeah.
And they hinted at him in Guardians 1 too, because they had the cocoon in the collectors. And then he was like, no, I got a better idea. So he did the whole golden cocoon at the end of 2. And then this is what we got.
I will say he dropped the fun. Like, that's probably the part that made me laugh the most when Gamora threatens the pet. And he's just like yelling and like he's like yelling and throwing a tantrum and like give me the like he's trying to get Rocket. And then he just
she grabs the pet.
She grabs the pet and he's like, don't be rushed.
That was the best line in the whole movie.
Just like the delivery and all this. I like Will Poulter.
I think he did great as Adam Warlock.
For what he had to.
Yeah.
Where do you know him from?
He's from the first time I saw him was in.
Isn't he in Son of Rambo?
I don't know.
Son of Rambo? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I saw him in the Chronicles of Narnia.
The Chronic.
Oh, the Dawn of the
Voyager.
That sounds like a Star Trek movie.
Dawn
Treader. No, it's not Dawn. The name of the ship is the Dawn Treader. Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Is it Chronic? What knows of Narnia?
And then that one where he gets bitten by a spider in a place that.
Oh, the Maze Runner. He's in 1 and 2,
he's
right?
in Maze Runner.
Oh, that's not what you were talking about? Bitten by a spider?
No, is it with De Niro or is it with Ed Helms? It's one of those 2 family movies that came out around the same time.
We're the Millers.
Yeah, he's in Son of Rambo.
Ted Lasso. Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, it's Ted Lasso? It's Sudeikis?
Yeah,
it's Sudeikis, yeah.
Sudeikis,
And Aniston?
Yep.
He is in Son of Rambo.
Yeah. No, you didn't even watch that movie?
Yeah, I did watch that.
Yeah,
Ragrats.
No Ragrats. He's like, you guys are getting paid? No, he gets bit in like the worst place possible.
Oh,
for a dude.
I don't remember all the details of Where the Millers.
I remember because it was graphic.
Okay, maybe you saw the unrated version of this.
There's an unrated version.
Yeah, there is.
Oh no. I think he did.
What did he do in Son of Rambo?
He's a bully.
Oh, okay.
That bullies a kid to be. Yeah.
That movie's great.
Also,
Son of Rambo. If anyone hasn't seen Son of Rambo,
I feel like he's like, to me, he's the live action version of Sid from Toy Story.
Yeah, I can see that.
That might be a good one.
When he was a kid, now
my wife thought
attractive.
My wife thought he was the guy from Fallen Order, and I was like,
Cameron Monaghan.
He's not even a redhead.
They can't change hair colors. I mean, what? He's gold. What? How's she supposed to know?
Also, I didn't like that it was like just spray paint.
Yeah.
I didn't like that in Guardians 2, and I liked it even less for a character that's like on main cast supposedly.
We saw him in Guardians 2.
We saw all his people, like the
Aisha.
Yeah,
his mom, yeah.
Also,
the Sovereign.
I don't know what was happening at the time, but both me and my wife missed that the mother of the Sovereign just died. Yeah. It happens really fast.
Yeah, she got blown up.
Yeah,
and then the second time we were like, oh, that's why he's so mad and disoriented. And
I thought that shot with him and saving Peter was wacky.
Oh, the Atom?
The Atom.
Yes, I thought it was. Yeah. I mean, I was like, that's one of those things directors do to flex a muscle. But
I feel like it was a shot at.
I think it was
Snyder. Like it was a shot at Snyder.
You're going to apologize for Gunn by saying he's being facetiously taking a shot at Snyder?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. That's some mental gymnastics there.
Peter, them teasing Peter dying?
Yeah.
Oh, them teasing basically all of them dying.
Yeah, Drax.
I thought Drax was gone.
Rocket. The Rocket one got me, man. I was like, bold.
At the beginning?
No, at the end.
At the heavens part?
Yeah. You knew? You knew every moment he's going to come back?
I didn't think he was going to die. He was on the verge of death the whole movie.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that I had it in my doubt. Like, you couldn't convince me 100%.
Well, would have got.
I was like, that's the whole plot of this movie.
What would have got me, though, is if he did die. That would have been crazy.
Yeah. That would have been crazy.
No, but
who else did they?
Mantis falling on her neck like 17 times.
I don't think that was a tease that she died though. I don't think when she falls,
I thought she was
like, no, Mantis is dead.
I thought she was gonna die.
Mantis needs to do CrossFit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Teaches you how to land on your feet.
I mean, she does like Hurricane Rana, so like
maybe she fights in New Japan Pro Wrestling and they teach you to land on your neck.
Okay.
Who else? The cameos are great.
Got Yondu came back for a second.
Wait, can I back up to Drax's death? Because I was like, oh, this is the part where Drax dies. And then it's over very quickly.
Yeah,
it's not the part where Drax dies.
Good.
I think they were doing that on purpose. Like, even like outside, like doing press stuff, just saying like, it's over, it's the end.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back, which I mean is true, but it's also like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is
Looking for that Daniel Craig money.
Who were some of the other characters that made a cameo? I know Yondu made a cameo, right? You said
Like
cameo.
original. I
You
meant
said
like
the
cameos,
cameo.
like you know.
Ooh,
just
okay,
like different
Stallone and the
actors.
Ravagers,
Oh,
the
there you go.
original Guardians lineup. You know, I noticed. Well, Michael Rosenbaum, right? He plays.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah, no, yes, he does play Lex
He plays
Luthor.
Flash.
But yes, he also does play Flash. But in this series, he plays the character
The shiny guy.
known as Martinex. Yes, or as Link refers to him as the shiny guy.
Yeah. The Rihanna guy.
Shy guy.
Yeah, he shines like
Shines bright like a diamond.
I noticed in that lineup who was missing.
Miley Cyrus.
My girl Miley.
Well, yeah, sure, but you can't notice that because it's just a voice on a head. But there's the other member of that team from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Who?
The lead of Everything Everywhere All at Once.
The girl?
Yeah, yes, the lady. What's her name?
Oh, Michelle Yeoh?
Michelle Yeoh. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She's
She's
in
in
it.
Guardians.
Yeah.
She's in that lineup.
She's
Yeah.
in that lineup. I wonder where she was.
Well, I thought the same thing. I was like, what happened? They couldn't get her to come back. She's like the only one. She doesn't have a contract. She is Shang-Chi's aunt.
Oh, so you can't get her back.
So you can't get her back
Yeah.
because they already recast her in the same universe. So they're just going to pretend.
I didn't even notice
We
she
got
was
Linda
in-
Cardellini in this movie.
And she has her hair like all the way
Yeah,
down.
she's kinda
Oh,
Kinda
yeah,
emo.
yeah. She looks like the ring.
Yeah, she kind of looks like
Mm,
Kate Blanchett and Thor's sister.
yeah, and
Hela.
Hela.
She kind of looks like
we get Linda Cardellini though in this movie again.
Again.
Playing a
They
different
recast- They
character.
recast all the time. The girl from Eternals.
yeah, Gemma. But she
Gemma.
had a minor part, and here she had a minor part. They gave her a bigger part, and now it's like they don't want to go back to.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
haven't had to go back
That's right. Yeah.
to do the minor part. So I guess they figured it's just less confusing if we just don't bring her up again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm guessing she has.
Or maybe they're the same character. She said, "You know what? I'm gonna stop being a Ravager. I'm gonna just take care of my nephew."
That'd be an interesting Disney
And
Plus series.
Shang-Chi.
Which
She's
again,
getting a Disney Plus series, right?
she is.
Yeah.
Oh, but not a Marvel.
But not a Marvel
no,
one,
yeah. Born American Chinese. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, that's what it's called. But then it brought my wife to ask, like, what happened to Shang-Chi? Like, why didn't we just make a movie and then why have 3 years passed and
I don't know.
we haven't heard a peep?
I don't know. And it seemed like he was gonna be a big thing, like
Right, moving
you know,
forward.
with Wong coming in.
And yeah, Wong and Hulk, they
Maybe we
hooked
just-
him up
maybe-
with Bruce
maybe
Banner.
we just have to wait for a while.
Yeah, but it's we're in that weird holding pattern with like a lot of characters.
Characters.
I
Yeah.
guess. Ratcatcher 2 from Suicide Squad.
She was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
What'd she play?
She was
purple
the
girl?
purple chick.
The purple chick. Oh,
The manager, supervisor,
yeah.
the one that was in love with Star-Lord.
I don't think that's what happened.
Her
Okay,
James
Gamora.
Gunn's girlfriend.
Wife. They're married.
Oh, they're married.
Yeah, they got married
Congratulations.
recently in the past year.
Congrats.
Congrats,
Yeah.
James.
Also in
You
Peacemaker.
heard it here first, James.
Nathan
We
Fillion.
congratulated you first.
Nathan Fillion, James Gunn's wife, James Gunn's brother, James
His
Gunn's friend, James Gunn.
His best friend.
Which I don't have a problem with that. Some people online seem to have a problem with that. Like,
I mean,
yeah, you make a movie. See who you put in it.
Directors do that all the time. Like once they build that confidence with someone,
Yeah.
Like Adam Sandler does it all the time.
you're gonna get mad at Wes Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, because you know what to expect.
Right,
You
yeah.
have a rapport, and
Yeah. Little by little, they introduce they get new character actors, right?
yeah, it's not like there's no other
No.
actors in this movie. There's like
Right.
700 people on this cast.
Yeah.
But going back to Stallone's crew, Stacker Osgord and the rest of the Ravagers, that was an interesting way to kind of bring them together. Because I thought that was going to be a hanging thread that wasn't going to be
Yeah.
returned to.
I liked it. I liked that they used them.
I did.
They
I
were
did
able
a
to
lot
use them. Yeah.
too. Yeah, and I think Stallone obviously had a better role in Guardians 2. Again, that's another thing where it's like, yeah, he actually has a dramatic acting moment in Guardians 2, and you forget that.
Mm.
But I think he was perfect here for the final home for Gamora.
Yeah.
Somewhere for her to find a new identity. I think I like that almost subplot or a minor theme where your choices and experiences shape where you end up.
Yeah.
Gamora's not destined to be the same person. It's all the paths that you take in life. You could end up in a completely different place. It's just your choices and almost chance, right? Where you end up.
Yeah,
you end up a guardian or you end up a ravager.
Where you make your home.
Or you
Yeah.
end up a human.
Where you make your home. That's beautiful.
And I think I think, I mean, even Peter says it at the end, because I mean, the whole movie, Peter's wanting Gamora to be this person that like he's just projecting that onto her for what he lost, and then she's like, I'm still not her,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, yeah, that's okay, but you're all right, you're pretty good, like you're whatever. I don't know what he says, but
I believe he says,
We used to be.
who you are is okay too, or it's not that bad, or something. Okay, I don't know the line either.
yeah, who you are is pretty great, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the theme of the film, when the Rocket talking to the High Evolutionary, saying it's like, I just wanted to, like, everything I did is for the betterment of just the universe. And Rocket's like, nah, you didn't care about like making things better, perfecting. You just didn't like the way the things they were.
Mm-hmm.
And as a theme is like, Rocket's history of being experimented on and basically tortured, and then being cast aside. I mean, speaks to like one of the big themes about this film. There's a lot. I feel like there is like it's okay to be where you are. It's like it always, like, we try to, like, push ourselves to be better, to progress, but at the same time, it's like Mantis also says it. She's like, why she defends Drax. She's just like, he's the only one that doesn't hate himself.
Yeah.
For who he is, and I mean, they have that little like comical moment where it's like, he's stupid, but and then she wipes his mind. But that's one of the main things that movie was kind of bringing in for me. And I think even James Gunn as a director, him getting to kind of come back after he wasn't attached to the project anymore after everything that happened, and that kind of speaks to like when Adam Warlock is questioning, he's like, why'd you save me? Like, I've been trying to kill you this entire time. And then Groot says the line, and then Drax interprets. He's like, he says, people people deserve second chances.
That final moment, that line when he shares with the rest of the Guardians, how do you interpret that moment?
Like, when we understand him?
Yeah.
Link was explaining. I've had a couple people explain it to me, but if you want to.
We're part of the family now, son. I'm a guardian of the galaxy.
So we're all Guardians of the Galaxy now.
I prefer being an ass guardian of the galaxy.
You would prefer being an ass guardian of the galaxy.
Yeah,
but like
a good combo, both.
Could you like go more in depth and like explain like what the?
Okay, so throughout the whole movie, throughout the whole trilogy, right? Groot always says, "I am Groot," and everyone understands him. We don't understand him, but from the context,
and neither does Gamora throughout this film.
From the context, we get what he's saying, right? In this movie, because it's a whole new Gamora, she doesn't understand what Groot is saying, right? Like, she's complaining, like, "Why? How do you guys understand what this guy's saying? I don't get it." And it isn't until the end where he says, "I am Groot," that she finally understands what she says, right? Meaning that, all right, like, she's not part of the family, but she is.
I think she is. She's part of the family.
Yeah, like,
she's got to find her own path.
She just, she found her way into the Guardians, right?
Yeah. She's still a Guardian in my heart.
Right? And in the end, when Groot says, "I love you guys," it's because we had our Gamora moment where we're like, what? We finally understand what's going on. We are now part of the family. We are not Guardians.
And I think it helps us let go too.
Yeah.
Because in that moment where they all come up with what their ultimate fate is going to be, for now at least, we don't agree with it, or at least I don't agree with it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it, but it makes sense.
You need finality in everything, right?
Everyone's like, that makes sense for your character, and that makes sense, but I don't want you to come to this decision.
Yeah, but it's either that or you die.
Meaning what?
I feel like it's...
No, yeah, it's the two options.
You either go your own way or you die.
From the meta perspective of it. No, but I also think, like, from a character perspective, I would like for them to all stay together happy, even if they're all happy somewhere else that we can't visit, but they have to, this group has to find their way as individuals once again, or for the first time.
And one thing I like about this is, like, we don't want them. We want them to be together, right? We don't want them. We don't agree with the choices they made, but we understand, right, for growth. And that goes to show you, when the Guardians came in, when Guardians Volume 1, who the hell were they? Right? We don't know who they were. Like, what am I watching? But we've gotten to the point where, like, man, we love this group.
We don't want to break up.
Yeah, we don't want them to break up, right? They were no ones, and now we're part of the family.
They were no ones who didn't want to be together.
And now we're part of the family.
Yeah.
And exactly. They were no ones who didn't want to be together, but now they're part of the family. Now they are a family. And every movie, the theme of family is incorporated. Like in the first one, they're getting to know each other, right? Getting to trust each other.
Mhm.
And the second one, the whole theme of, Peter's dad and him and Mantis as well, right? And what it means to be an actual father, right? It's not the man who made you, it's the man that raised you. And then here, just
He may have been your father,
but he wasn't your daddy. Exactly. And that line resonates with me a lot. Growing up with the stepdad, like, and having a biological dad, like, wow, I feel that. You get me?
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you mean, Yondu. That's how I feel about my stepdad. Like, he is my daddy. I call him Papi.
Yeah.
And then in this one, you see the whole theme of family once again. Like, here they are. They in their mind, they're already a family.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I feel like James Gunn kind of has that,
Effect.
That effect. But I think that because he actually has it in real life. Like, we talk about all these people that he always constantly brings
that's a
on
good point.
to his films. And I feel like he really does embody that whole point of his family by bringing him into these projects, but also it goes in through his work,
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think. I think the movie worked on so many different levels. I think it was a great Guardians film. It was a great Marvel film. It was a good family film.
It was a good genre film,
Yeah.
sci-fi.
Yeah, it was like space western. Like, I just got like just those vibes. Like I said, like the Firefly vibes from it.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's just like a crew, a family working together, and then by the end of it, they realize that they have to go their own ways, but also leaving space, for like understanding that the work still has to be done.
Yeah.
And that there is a new team to take up the mantle to replace those that have left.
And for it to come full circle, for Rocket to take that title that they argued about in Infinity War. Who's the captain? Whose ship is it?
Oh, even in isn't it in Guardians 2?
No, in Guardians 2, him and Quill are going at it
right before Ego makes his
and
debut.
I think it's so like, special how like, because Chris Pratt like really got to act, like he acted really well in this one, and I think he got to show it, like, like when the scenes where he's like by Rocket's side, he's trying to save him and he's like afraid of him dying, and like he's doing everything that he can to save his best friend or second best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chris Pratt did a great job in this one, and I think that's a part of like what wins Gamora over too.
Yeah,
is her seeing like she's just like, why is everyone making such a fuss about you?
Mm-hmm.
And
about who?
About Rocket.
Rocket. Okay.
Like she says, is like, you must be some pet.
Yeah.
Like, still like, belittling him and making him seem like, yeah, he's just this little animal that they keep around, but really understanding that he's a part of the family, he's a member of the family, and to the point where like I like how like she's like not convinced and she doesn't want to go along with his plan to save Rocket, but in the end, like for the majority of the, like in the middle of the second act of the movie, like she's the one protecting him, she's the one carrying him, she's the one saving him from whatever comes their way. And I think that's part of like, the part like where she like feels the need to be included. And I think when she goes back to the Ravagers, I feel like she appreciates that more, because towards the end of it, they tease it a lot, like her warming up to Quill.
Yeah.
And I like how they did that, because like it makes it seem like, oh, this could happen, because it makes sense. There are still like traces of this person as to like that fell in love with Quill.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, she has to make the choice, which I love. That is that at the end of the day, it's like you're not doomed. That's not a mistake, but like you're not like doomed to make the same choices. You're not fated. Exactly. Yeah. Like you can make the choices. Like, yes, this seems like, she says, I bet we were fun. And Quill remembers it fondly, and he's like, yeah, but he's like, really, it's like, that's not you. And she gets to make her choice.
And you can find a place wherever you are.
Exactly.
Like, you don't always get to choose the details of your life or the situation, but you can make do with what you have.
Yeah. And that's it. And I don't know. I just think like the more you look at it, the more you think about the little things that James Gunn does in this movie. I just think like it gets even better and better. Yeah. Like watching it the second time, like, bro, I will say
it's worth a rewatch.
I think it's my favorite one, man. And that's the thing. Like
it's bold.
We haven't really said that about a Marvel movie in a while, since like No Way Home. For me.
Yeah.
That it's like, man, I really want to go rewatch that movie in theaters. You know,
No Way Home was how many years ago?
in December 2021.
So 2 years. Oh, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Year and a half. Yeah. Well, a year and a half's an eternity with Marvel movies. That's like 15 projects ago.
Also, Drax, you know, like him, kind of like the emotional beats that they hit for him, and I love the line that Nebula tells him when they're all like kind of saying what their next the next step is gonna be. And she's like, "Oh, today I saw who you really are. You were never meant to be a destroyer. You were meant to be a father or a dad."
She said, "Daddy."
No, she didn't say.
I don't think she said daddy.
She said dad.
She said you were meant to be a daddy, and she said it like that too.
She said you were meant to be a
daddy.
And it's like, you know, that to me that makes sense. Like he's like, he comes off as a destroyer, but I think like for me, I think he's more of like protector.
Yeah.
And to give, he's like the butt of a lot of the jokes, the comic relief. But I mean, to me, like I think he just wrapped it up very nicely for him.
Yeah. And that's what we were introduced to him as, like a man in mourning, an unstoppable killing machine because he had lost his child and he finds new purpose with new children.
That's good, man.
So really quick, the future. We got this new lineup: Cosmo, Adam Warlock.
I love Cosmo too.
Giant Rock Groot.
Mega Evolution.
Yeah,
Groot.
Mega Evolution Groot. The little girl, I was looking, trying to figure out what her name was. Yeah, that's what she says, but I'm not sure. This lineup, going back to my love, and I don't get paid for you buying the game, but the Guardians of the Galaxy game, it highlights Warlock and Cosmo and Nikki Gold, which is not like the same character because this is another character, but they have a very similar trajectory in that game about kind of being the next generation of the Guardians. And Warlock is amazing in that game. I really like how they use Cosmo. Cosmo was cool, I think, in this one and in the holiday special.
I didn't see the holidays. I didn't finish it, actually.
Oh, really? You should, because you're
like
rewarded.
The first 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're rewarded here for watching the holiday special.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, with Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
But what do you see as the future of the Guardians?
Do we even know if they're coming back?
I don't think they are coming back.
Because it only said Star-Lord's coming back.
When? When do you think? What is your educated opinion?
Oh, I have no idea. For this, I can't predict.
So the little...
I don't know what their plans are.
The little girl, her name is Phyla Vel.
Phyla Vel.
Okay,
she's the daughter of...
Otherwise known as Quasar. Captain Marvel.
That was a real name. Quasar was a real character in the Guardians. I nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh. But I was really worried that Sock was listening somewhere and he was like, Quasar's not in the Guardians. And then he just unsubscribes from the show.
I'm done with this. No, but like I was telling to you, like when she was like her powers lit up, like I was like, this looks like Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah. She's a Marvel.
And so she becomes a Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Makes sense. And that's the next movie.
What were we talking about? What was your question?
What's the future of the Guardians? That team, Star-Lord, everybody else.
I don't think we need to get another Guardians movie. I think they show up in the mass.
In other groups?
In the mass.
Okay, so we know we have a 2-part 2025, right? Avengers film. And it's a huge crossover film, right? Kang Dynasty, and what's the other one called? The Face Off?
Secret Wars?
Oh, Secret Wars.
Who would have known that the fall of Kang Dynasty would have been allegations? You thought it'd be fighting and violence? No.
What kind of
one brave woman.
Poor choice of words
there. Few women, a few brave women coming. That was the downfall of the Kang Dynasty.
So you think Star-Lord will show up there? You think that'll be the next time we see the legendary Star-Lord?
I think so, yeah. He might even show up before.
You think so?
Whatever we have on Earth, I don't know. What's
Shang-Chi?
I don't even know what the I don't even know what
I don't remember what it is.
What's it, the docket?
I know Marvel's
slate.
Maybe he can be the one that leads the Avengers in the future.
Okay.
Since we've lost Captain America.
I don't see it. Do you see a leader?
No, I don't see a leader.
I think Star-Lord could be.
I see.
You think so?
I think him returning to Earth.
He replaces Cap?
Yeah, I think he can do it.
I mean, you have a great...
Without a helmet?
I think he can do it.
You think he went back and got his helmet?
No, he definitely took his helmet.
Oh, okay. Got out of that drawer.
No, he put it in his JanSports bag.
He just dresses like Orange Cassidy. mowing the lawn. What about a Disney Plus series where he's just hanging out
With his
on
grandpa?
Earth? Yeah.
Him and his grandpa on an
I'll watch
adventure
it.
And whoever that, like, what is it, grandson that's not
that he's
helping him
complaining
with it?
about? Yeah.
Just
I want a
Parks and
sitcom.
Rec.
Give me a sitcom of
Yeah,
that.
just a sitcom with Star-Lord.
Yeah.
It was like Star-Lord and Fam.
Exactly. I want
the name.
that.
They should do more of those stuff. You remember the stuff they did with Thor? Like the little shorts that they did with Thor?
Yeah, the Team Thor.
Yeah, I think they should do more stuff like that.
Yeah. So a friend of mine was
Oh, they
watching
can do the special presentations, or whatever that's called.
Yeah, special presentation. Yeah. Was watching them in chronological order, and then they got to the Team Thor stuff, and they were very confused because Marvel puts them there in the like.
Oh, that stuff was great. Is
One
there
thing
anything
that Chris
else
Pratt
about
has said is that he does not mind working again. He wants to work again with
Yeah, he said.
James Gunn.
He said, "Oh, okay.
So maybe we see
Chris Pratt is
in
Superman.
DC. That's what Gabriel was saying. I don't know.
I
It's
don't know about all that.
It's not gonna happen.
I think he's
He's
gonna be
too
a
big of a
younger guy.
character.
I think he's gonna
He's
be a
gonna,
younger
yeah, he's
guy.
gonna be Jimmy Olsen.
Chris Pratt is Jimmy Olsen. He's older than
Yeah.
Superman.
He's gonna be
Okay.
Jonathan Kent,
Wait,
right? So I would.
Superman's gonna be really
so
young.
maybe they bring him back, and maybe he works in DC. I don't know,
Well, yeah, we think
I hope it's
or
good. I hope it's
other
good.
James Gunn movies.
I
we think
pray-
Batista and Zoe Saldana will be in DC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I pray it's good.
You think we'll see this Guardians team that we talked about? Quasar, Cosmo, Warlock. You think they'll show up in a movie like
maybe
Kang
the
Dynasty?
big, maybe the big
The
ones.
big
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, the big one. Okay.
It'd be a nice reunion to see with them and Star Lord.
So you think we'll see Star Lord before that?
Yeah.
And then
Probably.
I think so.
okay.
I would love for him to be the leader of the Avengers. I think it'd be cool. I don't know what's gonna happen.
What
I don't
other-
see another leader for them.
Really.
Ooh.
I mean, you're
Shang-Chi?
not gonna like the answer, but it's gonna be like default is like Captain Marvel's led the Avengers.
Spider-Man. An
I
old
guess Captain Marvel.
Spider-Man.
I don't really see.
But there's three of them now.
three what Avengers?
Marvels.
No, Marvels.
Yeah, but it'll be Brie Larson, obviously.
Maybe Spider-Man. Or
Spider-Man as a leader? I don't think so.
he's a bit too young. But
I don't think
maybe
he
in the
would
future.
lead.
Hulk's not leadership material. Thor's not leadership material. Or maybe Thor's like, you know what? I'm gonna get serious. That's it.
Thor's a dad. He's off in the galaxy. I want to see a Thor and Peter Quill, whatever project.
Yeah, I would
with
mind
them.
that.
Oh, it's not too late for the Asgardians.
I don't see who would lead the Avengers
You're right. You're right.
because it's like it's not Strange. Strange is the only person I can think of, but I don't even see him as being the leader.
Well, I guess Marvel has some heavy lifting to do on the roadmap to Kang Dynasty. Till next time, keep searching.